Well, hello there and welcome to the CEV Champions League for what is a blockbuster clash in Pool B between two heavyweights of women's European club volleyball. It's Eczacibasi Istanbul, who have travelled 2,000 kilometres to Scandicci in northern Italy for what will be a clash of the titans. World-class players, world-class teams, both undefeated in the Champions League so far. Well, here were the players arriving some time ago, but now they are well in to their warm-up for Scandicci, having had a lot of success as we have a look at world-class Zhu Ting making her way into the arena. They've never won the Champions League. Eczacibasi took a second place last year. And have a look, everyone, all smiles before we get underway in just under 15 minutes' time.
I expect a very good game for both sides because Scandicci is a very strong team. And of course, we try to be first in the group. It's not an easy task because Scandicci created a very strong team this year. So we are going to challenge ourselves to win this match. We are going to force ourselves to win this match. It will be a very tough game. And we all respect the opponent, but we will try to win the match.
But the expectation is of a tough match for sure. You have the two teams leading the group. The two teams that probably they have to play for the first ranking in the group, and so I think that this match will be an important match, not decisive for sure, and we will try to do our best against one of the stronger teams in the world.
Well, well, the locker room shows Zhu Ting having a look through the game plan this evening on her 29th birthday. Happy birthday, Zhu Ting. But looking around, this is a strong, strong side here, including Haley Washington, the American international. And there is Maja Ognjenovic. This is the Maja Ognjenovic derby, isn't it, really? Both teams looking at game plans very closely before they go into bat. And if you remember, Massimo Barbolini coached Eczacibasi in 2016-17 when they won the World Club Championships. I'm sure he has fond memories of the team that he would want to beat this evening. Well, Boskovic and Isabella De Lulio, the two captains. Boskovic still having never won a Champions League. I can't believe it. It's got to be on the horizon soon, isn't it? Well, here we go. The Palazzo Ani Ferenzi is the host of Scandicci versus Eczacibasi Istanbul in Pool B of the CEV Champions League. This is a clash of the titans, a heavyweight battle to see who will be top of Pool B at the end of this evening. Well, Vasas Budapest already 1-0 up against Plovdiv, the Romanian side. Both Scandicci and Istanbul have been comfortable winners against the two teams on the top of your screen. 3-0 and 3-0 in both ties. As we have a look at Pool B, Scandicci are top, but only just the winner. You heard Ferhat Akbas earlier on just say it's important they win. They're going to force themselves to win. The top team of the pool progresses straight to the quarters. Second place will go into a playoff round to reach that very point. Well, Hayley Washington needs no introducing. Really a phenomenal player. And somebody who's got an Olympic gold medal for a reason. We just saw Bintu Diop as well. Might see her maybe from the bench. Shooting now. 56 awards, an Olympic gold medal from 2016. I mean, there's so many awards we could talk about from Zhu Ting, but she'll be very, very important this evening on that left side. Eczacibasi Handa Baladin we saw first. One of the retainees from last season's team, as Irina Voronkova in the background is of Russian descent, and she's somebody who's won the MVP in the Russian Super League. She'll have a big evening, I think, providing the firepower alongside this woman here, Tiana Boskovic. It was close, wasn't it, in Turin all the way back in May when Eczacibasi Vitra lost out to rivals Vakif Bank Istanbul. Britt Herbert's playing this evening as well. There's been so much chatter about Kate Antropova, the MVP in the CEV Cup last year and best server as well. Took the place of Paola Agonu throughout Eurovolley, and in the end, that and a poor Olympic qualification campaign saw the end of Davide Mazzanti from his post as Italian coach. He had some incredibly high moments, and now there's a certain Julio Velasco who's coming in to take that spot. My word, it's been an interesting time for Italian volleyball. Maja Ognjenovic playing against her old team and some of her best friends from the national team. Eczacibasi Istanbul away from home. But if they bring their A game, it'll be enough. Well, Stevanovic, a former Scandicci player herself, and also a world champion in her own right, alongside Maja Ognjenovic and Boskovic, so the three Serbians. Big part of Giovanni Guidetti's plans. He'll be watching this game closely, I'm sure. Vakif Bank, the only team to have beaten Eczacibasi in the league at the moment. Vakif Bank currently leading the Turkish league. The Scandicci find themselves in third place at the moment, a loss to Paola Agonu's Milano, and also Amoko Volley, who are currently undefeated at the top of Syria. Both teams flying relatively high in the most competitive leagues in the world. Well, Eczacibasi Istanbul said goodbye to the likes of Salih Sahin, Laura Herman, Samantha Fabrice, just to name a few, as Akbas has brought in some extra firepower in Alexa Gray from Amoko Volley. Be great to see her play in the Champions League for Eczacibasi this evening. And they're not the only team here who have made quite a few changes. The likes of Britt Herbert's coming in this year, not having to travel very far because it's only travel from Firenze. As we have a look at the Scandicci team, no lack of firepower through Zhu Ting and Britt Herbert's, that's for sure. Maja Ognjenovic should start in the setting role. Beatrice Paracchiali as a libero, very experienced Italian libero. Olympic gold medalist Hayley Washington. Antropova in the opposite. This is a very strong team led by Barbolini. Where for Eczacibasi Istanbul, Baladin will provide stability on the outside. Stevanovic in the middle will certainly add to the side alongside the likes of Gavelli. But Alexa Gray on the outside, a lot of eyes will be on the Canadian. Well, Boskovic against Ognjenovic. Scandicci against Istanbul. Fourth round, Pool B. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Wednesday evening. Ferhat Akbas doing a wonderful job at Eczacibasi Vitra, and Massimo Barbolini as opposing figure this evening, playing against his former side from 2016-17, and in that side included the likes of Simge Akoz, the libero. Kanda Baladin was another one in that team at that time. And Maya Ognjenovic was also playing for Eczacibasi at the time. So no surprise he's brought her over to Scandicci. Well, the anthem plays as Eczacibasi looking to go one better than last year, but in the last 3 editions of the CEV Champions League, it was won by the team that finished as runner-up the season before. Will that be a good omen for Ferhat Akbas and his team? This will be another step in the right direction if they win this evening. For Scandicci, it's their 4th time in the Champions League. Their best result was reaching the quarterfinals in 2019 and 2021. They lost out to Turkish opposition Fenerbahce in 2019 and the Moko in 2021. The squads are ready. It's almost time to meet our teams.
And now, please welcome to the international referees for this match. The referee is Mr.
Pedro Lopez Pinto, the first referee for this one.
The second referee is Mr. Savino with
And watching the nets and anyone who goes near it and the rotations and everything else, Sabine Witt from Germany. Well, against Plovdiv, Boskovic started, so did Baladin, so did Aydemir or Nazakol, Stevanovic, Voronkova and Sinead Jack. You wouldn't expect too much difference this evening as we meet the Eczacibasi Vitra team. First out, Jana Boskovic, no surprise, Baladin gets the nod, and he's not one to really change something that's going very, very well. Well, now as Akil comes out, who didn't play in the setting position last year, that was Ognjenovic's. Stevanovic gets the nod as the middle. And Sinead Jack Gisel, best spiker in the Turkish Cup in the V-League as well. And, well, Simge Akoz will start as the libero. Watch out in the middle. They'll be physical. Watch out on the wings. They'll be physical and very, very aggressive. Ferhat Akbas, I think, will be happy with the balance of this side. Stevanovic will make a big difference in that middle position. Well, start for Britt Herberts on the outside. 12 points in the last game in Serie A for her. Zhu Ting also getting the nod in a team that's going to look very, very big on the outside as well. Hayley Washington, of course, starting in the middle. And we haven't even spoken about Carol, the Brazilian international, who will start in the middle this evening. Ana Carolina da Silva. Wow, this is a very strong side for Barbolini. Let's wait and see if they can deliver the goods at home. Paracchiali and Enrica Merlo, the two liberos this evening. Paracchiali ready to come in. We won the CEV Cup with Monza in 2021. Sinead Jack is replaced. Up to 4,000 fans at the Plaza Vanni. Well, it's going to be the 2023 CEV Cup winners to serve. And a wonderful start with the second ball attack. Beautiful work from Naz. Bene Stevanovic. Interesting she goes with that second ball attack so early, Naz, because blockers weren't ready for it. Stevanovic is looking for an ace. I mean, that's one way to get the ball rolling, so to speak. When you're away from home, you really want to try and get off to a good start to silence the crowd, and they've hit the seam. Paracchiali did not want a slice of it. She wants this one, though. Andropova. Big crush into the angle, just draws it through the body. Jack nowhere to be seen. Maja Ognjenovic, well, should know a thing or two about the opposition middle players, as she played with both last year. Well, best middle blocker in the VNL, Ana Carolina da Silva. That's brilliant from Scandicci. Monster block. Flip to the outside, and Antropova's in the thick of it. Good quick hands. Well, Carol lost to Washington in the Olympic gold medal match in Tokyo. Oh, a little chisel. Absolutely flying there. Alexa Gray on the outside. 185, but just physical and confident to hit cross body off of the blocker's hands. Was showing one thing, bringing the blocker more centrally and then turning the ball away. Oh, but there's maybe off the antenna as there's an ace from Carol. Oh my word. Well, after winning the opening 2 points, it's all been Scandicci. Well, she's played in Turkey before. She was the best middle blocker in the league in 2018 and twice best middle blocker in the World Club Champs too. But it's the pass of Eczacibasi that's falling by the wayside because of the serving of the Brazilian Alexa Gray. Under the cosh, it's flat, it's fast, it's coming straight towards her. The Canadian outsider struggling with the pace and the speed of this float serve. It's another good one. Baladin works the ball in. Boskovic finally sides out for Eczacibasi. Can't wait for this game to really start to develop. It's smart play to run Jack wide on the slide, take the blocker with her, and then bring Boskovic on an inside 10. Short one on Herberts. It's a very shrewd swing. Washington not quite fully in rhythm, you'd say, but Ognjenovic uses the middle when nobody's expecting it. And the harder attack through the block wasn't on, but the tip to one certainly was. Well, will Antropova be the first choice opposite now for Italy? Now there's been a change of head coach. We'll have to wait and see, but she was an absolute superstar in the CEV Cup run last year. And she's at it again. Antropova versus Boskovic will be a very good duel this evening. So will Zhu Ting versus Baladin and Gray. Oh, what a touch! My word, Scandicci are everywhere. And then Washington makes the block. Barbolini's almost on the court with them. And all these things add up in the Champions League. Zhu Ting everywhere, matched by Maja Ognjenovic. And in the end, it's Ognjenovic and Washington that do the damage in the block. What a play. But unfortunately for Kate Antropova and Scandicci, they're all the same worth and currency. As that ball flies out the back. Well, had a great season last year, Alexa Gray, in Italy. She's somebody who's really flourishing at the top level. But I worry for Eczacibasi this evening with how much firepower they've got. If you don't go to Antropova, you can go to Zhu Ting. If not, you can go to Herberts or Washington. The balance of this team, you feel, from Barbolini is really, really quite strong. Zhu Ting just a softer ball to position one. I think trying to take the middle out of the game, but certainly sending the ball to the outside and really taking Boskovic out the game with that serve was the main thought. Timeout from Ferhat Akbas. Good serving from Zhu Ting, not very powerful, but trying to take Boskovic out the game and force the hand of the setter.
Match 5-6. Try to communicate, okay? So try to keep the ball on your right side as much as you can. So left side, they close line, but most of the time legs and under you are one block, okay? Make sure that when there is 7 right side is still on, okay? Now, when Maya is in front, ready for tip, watch out fast. Girls, there is a lot of transition rallies. Stay in the game, either.
Lots of information. You have to love listening to Ferhat Akbas. Lots of detail about what he's seeing from the opposition. Saying watch out for the tip from Maja Ognjenovic. Fantastic player. Zhu Ting. Well, best player and best scorer in Serie A and CEV Cup last season. The Champions League MVP. But Boskovic wins that one on the right side, and that's something that I'm looking forward to if the rotations line up, is Boskovic against Zhu Ting, something we've seen internationally a lot of times, and also when Zhu Ting played for Kifbank as well, had such a great career. High set to the outside, Herberts. Oh, and that one's gone missing into the stars. And I think that exact point sums up the start for Eczacibasi. This is what I mean about at 4, they have real firepower with Herberts and with Zhu Ting. Both P1s in their own rights, like point scoring outsides. Boskovic goes with the tip, and that's one way to try and stay in the rally for Tijana Boskovic. Best scorer and best server in the Champions League in 2017, and well, best opposite in Euro Volley in 2022. I mean, she really has had a fantastic career, and the only thing missing for her is the Champions League. Oh, a challenge here. Was it in? Or was it out? Well, back underway. Alexa Gray is getting a lot of the ball, and you just feel that the first pass hasn't quite been there, and then the setting for Naz is slightly tight, and Scandicci just smell blood here. Some of the defense has been on the moneymaker so far, but the blocking as well. Antropova takes a bit of getting round. 12-7. It's fairly comfortable at this moment in time. Let's have a look what fires up now with service coming in from Hande Baladin, two-time Club World Champ at CEV Cup and important Turkish player. And well, Turkey had such a phenomenal year, including winning Euro Volley for the first time. But this is all about the Italians at this moment in time. You think about it, Antropova shooting. They have so much firepower. Ognjenovic is such a good out-of-system setter. I mean, she's had to do a fair amount of it. Serbia have won multiple titles without being the best passing team in the world. And there's an ace now as well. This is not the start that they would have wanted. Britt Herbots is on an absolute quest here. And what has been a team performance. Shooting! Also has an ability just to find the floor and hit sharp angles from pretty much anywhere. Alexa Gray with a very good hit from the left side this time. Building through the rally. He's got to be happy, isn't he? Barbolini. Shooting out of system, but they have Antropova on the right. And this is what cooks my brain about this team, is they have out of system options everywhere. If you pass off the net, doesn't matter. Antropova can put it down from anywhere. So can Herbots and Zhu. And then the middles are world class as well. We can't forget about them, but we haven't seen as much of them so far. Oh, Antropova! Good night! It's another block, aided by Washington, but the inside hand is fast. Dream performance so far from Scandicci in the Maja Ognjenovic derby. Jack. Oh, she's been dug as well, and if the block's not on point, well then the defense is certainly on point. Boskovic, she's been scooped by Maja Ognjenovic, who's probably dug that ball in training. Wow, Scandicci, for the second time this evening, produced phenomenal defense. Back to the outside. Now it's Eczacibasi's turn. Hearts in mouths here. Herbert's on the back. And then shooting for the win. What a rally. Colossal from both sides here. But it's shooting who tips over the top of the block.
And we have 0% of attack left side. We need to push. The balls go too much to Antenna. Try to stay shorter. Girls, Antropova, close line. So we need to go cross and drop sets. Pay attention, second touch. When we have second touch, nobody follows. All right, let's go, let's go.
Don't you just love the Champions League? Wherever you're watching from, I do hope you enjoyed that previous rally. Scandicci with 2 sublime digs, one fantastic one from Eczacibasi. But we are off to a fantastic start here. We really are. Carol, who's serving, cannot be undervalued today. Points have gone the way of Scandicci, I think. There's going to be a challenge. Wowza. Ball in or out challenge. At least everybody gets a rest for a moment from this phenomenal performance from both sides. Zhu Ting makes another block. Carol has had 2 good serving runs, but it's not just the serving of Carol that's done the damage. It's a little bit of everything, the defense as well, but the blocking has certainly been there or thereabouts. As Ferhat Akbas says, they were 0% on the left side with attacking efficiency. So that's pressure on Baladin, and that's pressure on Alexa Gray. The ball goes through the middle this time. And Zhu Ting is certainly not 0%. I'm actually in awe of this performance from Scandicci at the moment. They have point scorers everywhere. Back to the middle, chases on. And Sinead Jack Gizar, who's played everywhere along the world, around the world even, hits a 3-meter attack from the middle and just manages to turn it away from the blocker. You feel that the first pass and the set and the outsides from Eczacibasi hasn't quite been there yet. Boskovic out of rhythm. Myra Ognjenovic is there though. She understands Boskovic. And if you think about players who have been in Boskovic's training sessions, there's not many more than Myra Ognjenovic who understand where that ball's going in certain situations. And already she's made 3 or 4 digs on Boskovic. And some of that will be the game plan, but some of that will just be the fact that she understands her approach line, her arm swing, and her characteristics and everything that she does. Well, Eczacibasi have a point through position 4 through Baladin, and it wasn't perfection with the pass. It hasn't been all evening so far, but good recovery in the set from Eczacibasi. Yaprak, okay. Played in the VNL the last 2 years, second season here. Now Eczacibasi. That's Washington, has just been stuffed. It just shows Stevanovic is getting across well on Washington, taking the cross body. And they'll take anything they can get here, Eczacibasi, of what's been a slow start. Parakiali passes off the net. Big high hammer. And this is just the side that I cannot see running out of gas here with the options they have. They don't have to go through one player too often. They have a perfect balance here. And they also have shooting on the pipe, who is one of the best pipe hitters the game's ever seen. Ognjenovic out of rhythm, ball to Antropova. It's another block for Eczacibasi. Ognjenovic tries to shift the play back the best she can, but two blockers in the angle. With that ball dropping inside, Antropova can only go to the cross court there. There is zero line available. And here's Antropova looking for the line this time, and they want to touch. That set really has to be wide enough for Kate Antropova to get after the line like that, but she's so high. It's just an automatic bailout to have the high swing off the fingertips. Well, good challenge. From Antropova, Maja Ognjenovic. Two-time Olympic medalist serving. This is much better. It's a faster offense. It really is. The pass is very good. On the outside, Baladin can get after it. Baladin now to serve, being with Eczacibasi since 2019. Free ball from Boskovic. One-way traffic here for Scandicci. Shooting. Loves going wrist away down the pipe, but she's been dug this time. Excellent defense. Boskovic for a second time. Stopped in the angle by Carol. This is outstanding, taking the power, and then Herbert's taking the off-body swing at position 2. And Herbert's now to serve 2 away from the opening set. The service pressure has been on point as well. High ball. And this is how Antropova has been so effective. And this is how Scandicci have been so effective. Service pressure. They've made miraculous defensive plays, but physically at the net, they have incredible blockers, consistent blockers, and blockers who can really read the game. Set point Scandicci, one-way traffic. Boskovic. She stopped. Goes with the tip to the line, and that is right in the wheelhouse of Zhu Ting and Carol. And it has been a dominant performance for Scandicci at home against the runners-up of last year's Champions League, Eczacibasi Vitra. Well, that set whistled past in a blink of an eye. 25-14, Scandicci in the driver's seat in northern Italy. Well, the stats, this will be an interesting read. 8 blocks. Wow. 3 aces. Impressive as well. And not many errors. Not many errors from Eczacibasi either, but 8 blocks in a single set. But I guess that's what you deal with when you have Antropova, Washington, Carol in your roster. That performance will take some bettering for Scandicci. Will they be able to hold their level? Will Eczacibasi Vitra find their way back into things? we'll have to wait and see.
Arianna, Giulia, Vittoria, Beatrice, Sara, Under 13 Pignone, Under 13 Savino Del Bene e Under 13 della Sestese. Facciamo un applauso, buon lavoro ragazzi!
Well, 25-14 in the opening set here for Scandicci, and I'm going to give them a little bit of credit here. I can't remember too many better performances in Champions League volleyball in one set than that. That was absolutely outstanding in every area. Join the conversation. Hashtag CLVolleyW. What do you think? Was that one of the most impressive performances you've seen in a set in the Women's Champions League? It certainly was for me. I mean, they have so much firepower.
E si parte con le istruzioni semplici, tirate sulle mani.
Well, set two is underway with Handa Baladin serving for an Eczacibasi side who will be heading to the World Club Championships very shortly. But they're struggling against a very impressive Scandicci. And it's the team in blue on the right that comes out of the opening encounter with the advantage. Antropova again out of rhythm slightly, but can just cannon the angle. Well, qualified to play for Italy just this past year. Straight in the squad. Yeah, Jack is super aggressive. Off that left foot, just turning it back in that crossbody swing. And Zhu Ting is very frustrated with herself because I think she knew it was coming. And she wished that she would have dropped her hands into that angle and made a block. There, Jack. Carachiali passing a little bit off the net, but with this team, like all great sides, it doesn't matter if the pass is perfect because you just have outlets everywhere. And just because there's no middle that time, you can still go to Zhu Ting with two blockers up. And she just crushed the ball everywhere. Well, now it's problematic for Eczacibasi because Carol is serving, and her serving this evening has been on an absolute different level. Deep tip from Washington, trying to get into the game. Now she can get into the game with the block, but you feel that Ognjenovic has been sitting around on the sharp angle of Boskovic, and she stays on the sharper line and just gives up a little bit of that seam. Boskovic, I think that's the first time I can remember Boskovic hitting the floor clean. Zhu Ting, dug. Second opportunity. Zhu Ting, tip. Third time? No. I mean, you go to Zhu Ting twice, and then you just flip it back to Antropova, and have a look. The middle blocker is very smart from Ognjenovic because Stevanovic is nowhere near Antropova, so maybe she saw it, maybe she didn't, but hopefully she did. knowing that Andropova would have a one-on-one situation with Stevanovic out the game. Huge. Bronkova high up there as well. Will have a big part to play here. Best server twice in the Russian Cup, 27-year-old. Played for numerous Russian sides. Parakiali. And in transition, they are absolutely deadly. High ball to Zhu Ting, 3 up, no problem, she'll find a seam. Parakiali with the dig, getting involved. Scandicci are really cooking something here. Bronkova trying to force the middle here, and Stevanovic wasn't quite in rhythm. The set wasn't quite high enough, but she managed to make some lemonade from some lemons. Barbolini, not a happy man, even though his team are playing out of their skins at the moment. Herberts has also not put a foot wrong, and thinks she's playing as a P2 here, and that's what makes this team so dangerous. I mean, Barbolini's won 4 Champions League titles, so that's why he's so calm. His first one with Matera, beating Katharinaberg in 1996. He's won more titles than I've had hot dinners, and that's saying something. Through the middle this time. Carroll is back on point. If you can remember her doing anything wrong, a missed serve, if her block's not been there, please tell me, because I think she's had the perfect game so far. Jack again goes crossbody, and that's why Zhu Ting didn't like the fact that she didn't make the block, but she did make the defense there, but there is an error in that out of rhythm play, so Zhu Ting certainly knows that crossbody is coming on the slide attack from Jack. Andropova just slows the arm down. Andropova makes amends with that one. That's as big as we've seen. Ognievich just gives the ball high under pressure, and once more Scandicci out of system, find an answer. This is a wild, wild game. The service pressure now incoming again is huge. Smuggle back, and Herbots will be after it, but to no avail. Second ball attack. Bronkova just getting a little bit of feedback. With no Alexa Gray on the court. Did struggle with the pass. Wasn't quite her first set, but she certainly has the quality. I mean, you don't win the awards that she's won in Syria without being able to be resilient and come back, but the service pressure, Scandicci once again. And look who it is. They have really struggled to deal with the service of Ana Carolina da Silva. 3 serve points at least. Carol again, serving the front court receiver inside. Boskovic not quite in rhythm, does a good job to adjust though. And then just stays high off the top. Eczacibasi are growing here. The issue is, can they hold the level? Washington slowed the game down beautifully, but no defense. Someone who's challenging Cansu Özbay for the role of national team setter. And Antropova is absolutely fine here. Again, just staying high and smooth, hardly ever missing. Well, for Naz Akyol, the former setter of the CEV Bank Istanbul, throughout some real glory years. 4 Champions League wins, but hasn't quite been there for Eczacibasi this evening. Tip over the top. And a tip out the back. Well, in transition, Boskovic didn't quite get a full approach to it. Went with the tip out of rhythm, Scandicci by 2. Shooting. Serve short again. In the opening set, we saw Zhu Ting serve to position 1. Now we see her drop the ball to position 4. And Eczacibasi are folding again here. Good service pressure. What I like about the Scandicci team, another thing I like about it, we'll listen to Ferhat Akbas first.
We could just stop 2 times. So most of the time we don't go triple anymore to left side. So we are more crowded at defense. Most of the time, Yole and Jack left and inside for left side. Okay, transition, Antropova gets the ball. Make sure you stay deeper at defense, okay? And transition, aggressive. Drop serves, pay attention.
Drop serves, pay attention. Stay deep in those out of rhythm plays from Antropova because she's going to stay high. She's not going to try and hit angles. Also aware there was 8 blocks against them. Well, back to what we were speaking about before, is that they have different servers with different types of serves, and the rhythm for the passes is always changing. And it's now one off Maja Ognjenovic, I think. Eczacibasi score again. Stevanovic. The hands. Herbots, I don't think, has missed all evening long, honestly. Where Eczacibasi have really struggled on the wing, Scandicci really haven't. This serve from Washington, who hasn't really got into the game offensively, but certainly has in the blocking sense of things. I'm really excited to see this matchup between Stevanovic and Washington. Antropova. The ball is inside. She has to be incredibly good with her feet to get inside the ball here. And she comes and finds it. And Bosch 3 up on the block, who I think will look back at that and say they were too wide on the line. They didn't expect that set to be so inside. I make that 3 from 3 from Jack Kizal on that right side. Naz really starting to run that slide attack well. And the Baladin. Shooting, just wrestles that one. Still no middle though. Oh, block out from Herbots. Makes a wonderful decision with a fast arm. And the magic bit here, and we'll have a great view of it, is that ball, she gets her feet to it, and then she stays fast and she goes away from the body and off the block. Turning the ball with speed off the hands. And then coming back and jump serving a rocket. Boskovic stopped, everybody looking at each other. Herbots is there though, Zhu Ting gets blocked. Parakiali. Antropova hitting their way out of the system. They are staying deep, Eczacibasi, and they get rewarded with a point. Defense from Baladin unlocks Voronkova. That's exactly what Ferhat Akbas was saying, and the out of system transition balls just stay deep on Antropova. Jack Kizal lives full time in Turkey. Replaced by Yaprak Erkek again for a second set in a row. Shooting. And I think that Eczacibasi here are certainly improving from the opening set. But Scandicci just don't back down. You think Zhu Ting sides out first time of asking. Herbots the same there. And then Herbots serving with the jump serve. Carol serving with this torrid float serve that's caused Eczacibasi nightmares this evening. And Stevanovic. I mean, you're not an Olympic silver medalist, two-time world champion and Champions League winner for nothing, are you? Won that Champions League with Kwame Castle-Majori, beating the CEV Bank in 2015. In that Vakif Bank side was actually her setter, Naz Akyol, on the opposing side of the net. Now they're playing together and they're linking quite nicely. Boskovic. Well, if somebody gave me a penny every time I had seen this swing from Boskovic, I would be a rich man. Sharp inside the three-person block. Service is wide of the mark, and I guess this is some of the problems they're having, isn't it? Because they'll work hard for a point, and then they'll just take their foot off the gas subtly with a misserve. And then they get punished because the service pressure from Scandicci has been on another level. It really has. And again, the bullets from Antropova, the fast float serves from Carol, mixed up with the good serving from just about everybody else.
As much as we can. If you are in trouble, you can tip to 3 or 2, okay, in front of Antropova. If Antropova take it, you need to go left side, okay? Out of system, they started to play slower. So patient that block much more. Aggressive, especially short drop sets from left side. Haydi bakalım.
Always good information from a very good man for Akbas. one thing about this Scandicci team is they can afford to play slow. With the big players they have everywhere. Timeout trying to stop this onslaught from Antropova. That's a very good timeout from Ferhat Akbas. So it's by many a mile. Having another splendid game. She posted on Instagram this week that we've come this far because Scandicci and Antropova have been together for a long time. She was a starring show in the CEV Cup last year. Will we have a challenge? That angle doesn't do much for us. Eczacibasi needs something to go their way, and that's it. Decision changes ways.
Savino Del Bene, 17 Eczacibasi.
Ju Ting is dug. This is a big chance, Eczacibasi. A second big chance with Boskovic sets inside. Parakiali with a chance to rebuild. Antropova has not put one foot or one hand wrong all evening long. In rhythm, the game's in front of her. She could just quicken up and hit it back into the angle away from the blockers. And what was very almost a level game is now a 2-point game again for Scandicci, with Ju Ting now serving. Serve to position 1, taking overhand. I like that overhand pass on that angle because the ball needs to be directed back into the center of court. And if you pass that underarm, it's going to be very hard to dictate the angle you need for the setter. And in turn, that pass opens up Boskovic and the line. So well done all round from Eczacibasi. Washington with the overpass. Is this the first time that we've seen a bit of a changing of the guard in this game? It's all been Scandicci, but Antropova has a chance to put another one away, and she misses the sideline, but there might be a touch on the way through. Okay. Well, the decision's gone the way of Scandicci, but we need to have another look at this. Was there a touch? The ball was certainly out. Was there a net touch? Maybe I've completely missed a lot of it. Bintu Diop. Fortunately, into the net for Diop. 194 opposite, who signed from Cuneo. Also played for Roma and Perugia. Also a change. Ellis Sahin, the setters, come into the game. And my word, Eczacibasi are back all square here. Boskovic has gone back with a huge serve. Scandicci will know she loves to hit that across the body. She's gone to the line. Game on.
La mettiamo quella palla, Brit, che stai facendo adesso. Mai chiudere, forte però, è forte perché sennò la toccano e la tengono, ok? Andiamo, vai.
Party atmosphere here in Scandicci. They've had it all their own way till now, and Eczacibasi have worked incredibly hard. Followed the orders of Ferhat Akbas, got themselves back level, and maybe they've just been let off slightly. Ognjenovic with the serve. Again into the cross-body shooting is there. That's the second dig that she's made on Jack Kisel. Really working to side out, throw it over. Eli Shahin from 2.5 meters off the net. Cryptic stuff from the setter. But that will do. Scandicci have the focus here. And the Baladin with all the experience in the world. Serve shooting also with a lot of experience, passes off. Andropova from downtown. What a dig. We saw fabulous defense from Scandicci in the first. That's just as good, and the defense turns into a point for Eczacibasi. They take the lead. We're going to get another look at it here. Absolutely superb from Simgayakos. And all it's seeing, it just shows that even the Scandicci side here can start to get some butterflies in their stomach at key times. Shooting, better pass this time. Should side out, do side out. And that's just because the pass was in the perfect zone. Every option open for Maja Ognjenovic. From here, she can run the middle, but she hasn't really run throughout the evening too much. Andropova in a great spot to put it away to the line though. (22-all). Good pass from Eczacibasi off of Herbort's serve. Good clean side out from Eczacibasi, finding their way here. And after the first set, this certainly would be wild. And also the way that Scandicci started this set. But I've got to take my hat off to Eczacibasi here. They've worked sensationally hard to have the lead. Andropova's stopped. Zhu Ting out of system. We haven't seen much ball from Zhu Ting as of late. But when the ball does go her way, she puts it away. 2 up in the block. She knew she had 2 up in the block. Stays high, takes the block out. And this is a big rotation for Scandicci because Carol has served beautifully all evening. It's another good one, but the pass is there. Washington gets out, the ball's still alive. Outrageous from Carol defensively, and it forces the error. On the wing, Barbolini gives it the eyes through the net to say, we're coming for you. No touch from Washington. Carol's serve. Haunting. Tip over the top. Opportunity again. This time to the right side. Covers incredibly good from Handa Baladin. Boskovic. 2 up in the block. Is it in or is it out? It's just out. Voronkova with a brave and astute swing under pressure off of the hands of Washington, who was dropping the hands inside. And we go to overtime. And it's a rare mistake from Zhu Ting. A great serve under pressure. Deep. Oh, it was off of Britt Herbots in the end. A miscommunication. Set point up to set point down.
Andiamo alto sulle mani, se ci difendono, stanno difendendo tutti lunghissimi, ok? quindi anche con una palla buona super, una palla in mezzo al campo, ok? Andiamo, vai!
Rientra in campo, applauso palazzo!
Shaheen, who's served well. Zhu puts the ball into a good zone, and not only does she do that, one of the reasons why she's been one of the world's very best for a long time is the ability to hit angles outside of where she's facing. Just hit, manages to stay high, know the situation she's in, brings it back into the cross court, knows it's a one-on-one situation. Antropova. Big serve from Antropova. The pass from Eczacibasi. Boskovic with an absolute snorter. The sharpest angle we've seen all evening, draws a smile, even from Tijana Boskovic. There's no digging that. Not in 1 month of Sundays. Boskovic, and in big moments, you need your big players to come to the forefront of games, and Boskovic has done that. 2 players, one from the left, one from the right, and Eczacibasi have pulled it back to 1-1, with what I have to say, the odds against them for large periods of that second set, 27-25. Get comfortable, because we might be here for a while. No blocks anywhere. 8 blocks in the opening set from Scandicci, not 1 in the second. Maybe Eczacibasi learnt their lesson. 3 aces apiece, 6 errors apiece, and it was just, I would say, those 2 attacks at the end from Boskovic that was the difference between the 2 sides. Okay, set 3. We are ready for you. If the first 2 sets are anything to go by, you can join the conversation. Hashtag CLVolleyW. Who do you think is going to be victorious here in Scandicci? I have to say, after the opening set, I was so incredibly impressed by Scandicci that I didn't see this game going any other way. But Eczacibasi are runners-up in this competition last year for a reason. And if you remember what Ferhat Akbas said at the start of the show, we are going to force a victory here. And I would say that performance in the second set certainly showed the signs of a team forcing a victory. It was gritty and determined. And they dug deep and finally went to grind Scandicci down, and it worked in the end. Great game of volleyball. Well, the Turkish fans have a lot to be very happy about, don't they? Always supporting their team incredibly well. The noise in Brussels this year for women's Eurovolley was just on another level as Turkey won their first Eurovolley. You have to think that they are putting themselves into a very strong position with the Olympics on the horizon. So you can catch everything here in the Champions League on Eurovolley.tv. Certainly is the place to be for what is the most prestigious club competition in the world. Two heavyweights here this evening. There's nothing between them at the moment. But isn't that what we signed up for in this matchup? Well, Voronková keeps her place in the starting six instead of Alexa Gray. Struggled in that opening set. Voronková brought some very good stability in to that second set performance. Set 3 underway. Carol, who's been the best server on the court for me this evening, starts us off, and Voronková steers one into the cross-court angle. Out of rhythm. She almost just dislocates the shoulder trying to turn that into the sharp angle, doesn't she? Very impressed so far with Voronková, but Scandicci's first pass has gone astray. The shooting from an out-of-rhythm situation, tips over the top. Boskovic won't want to go to floor at her height, so it's a smart play from Zhu Ting. I mean, 194, Boskovic. Difficult to, A, dig the tip ball, but then get up and still be a threat offensively. Oh, my word. Zhu Ting has almost just cast the fishing rod into the sharp angle here. Have a look at the snap on the ball. And we're talking about how well she hits the ball away from the body, and that's one of the hallmarks of her success in this game. She misses out this time, but it takes nothing away from it being a very good swing. Oh, 0 from the last two from Zhu Ting. Boskovic and co are starting to fire up. Washington working so hard for that slide attack, but never really got there. And it meant they could double stack on the outside on Zhu. Maybe the Chinese superstar is faltering here, and now there's some problems. Oh dear, from Scandicci. Ognjenovic flips that to 2. Washington thought it was hers. Antropova, certainly big enough and athletic enough to take off behind the 3-meter line and still cause problems.
È tutto lì, primo tocco, ok? Andiamo, vai.
Well, the wheels on the Scandicci bus are currently falling off. Isn't that the wild thing about sport in general? You can see such a high-level performance in the opening set as Linda Nowakalor comes in to the middle here. Very experienced middle player. Well done, the 20 champion. They beat Serbia on that day. Marta Armini also in that squad. He's in the squad this evening for Scandicci. Antipova goes off the hands. And also, well, obviously Nowakalor family famous in Italian volleyball. Sister is playing for Torre Arrows nowadays. Antipova. Just restoring regular business. Fabulous setting from Naz. And almost on two knees. The hips really have to get underneath the ball to generate some power there. Fabulous set. You can just see the hip thrust. And that, to get that ball in that spot from there is on another level. As you can tell this evening, there's lots to get excited about here in the CEV Champions League. Netband ace, Ognjenovic, you have to say, showed real patience to see that ball. Chases on, but to no avail. 10 out of 10 for Maja Ognjenovic here, because it's one thing to recognise that ball goes into the netband. It's another thing to really just stay really calm and relaxed with the touch. And here is Linda Nowakalor, still just 21 years old. Serve to position 1. We've seen that often. And it's tactical genius from Barbolini. Serve to 1 and try and force the ball out to position 4 and get Boskovic out of the game. Carol goes so early because she knows where that ball's going, doubles up on the wing, and this is why Eczacibasi couldn't score in the opening set. It's not all about serving with power. This time there's enough shape on the pass to get Boskovic in the game. So Eczacibasi Vitra side out with ease. It's one way you can change it, because there, if Sundaya Koz passes from the right side, she can create an angle off the arms to the middle far easier than the passer at position 1 can from the left side. Antipova. She's been on absolute flames, hasn't she? Someone might want to go and put a blanket on her. Service out the back from Ognjenovic. We just saw none of those errors in the opening set. Crash helmets on, Boskovic serving. Parakiali has just appeared from nowhere to pass that ball, but the pass was all at sea in transition. And a ballad in for Eczacibasi. They're rocking and rolling now. Boskovic serving up a storm. Tries to go back to the line. That was the serve that we saw in the opening set that was the ace, because for Boskovic, she loves that ball cross-body so much that that line is a real change-up for her. We saw often enough with David Smith in the Men's Champions League last year, how just being able to hit both sidelines with the jump serve makes such a difference. Barbolini is very unhappy. Ferhat Akbas is delighted with himself here. The big players are going quiet here. The pass from shooting. All of those defensive plays that were so strong in the opening set, they're not quite there. The service pressure is coming from Eczacibasi. Still no middle attack. Antropova still scoring freely here, but they're struggling to really bring Washington into the game as often as they'd like. They're not running the slide attack for obvious reasons, that Antropova is such a threat on the 10. Carroll serving. And well, it was on the end of my tongue, but she needed some of her service pressure that we saw in the opening set. So it would have been right on cue, but sadly it wasn't. Carroll does find her service pressure. Singakoz beaten into the seam with Bronkova. This one's coming back over again. Novakalor's been beaten. Crafty. Shahin has provided some good stability here. This time the middle's forced, and for Novakalor she just stays incredibly fast. That wasn't an in-rhythm situation where she could get up and really hammer it. It was quite low, but if she stays quick, she has a chance of smuggling it past the blocker before they can get up and over. Fairly unhappy. You can understand why. This is what we saw from Eczacibasi. They would win a good point in that opening set, and then they'd miss a serve or something like that and lose a little bit of concentration. Antropova from the back. Doesn't miss. Absolutely doesn't miss. On that 10 attack. Say that Shahin is running a very good offense here. Stevanovic hasn't had a lot of the ball. The pass was another short serve. Difficult to establish the middle from there, but they managed to do it. Herbots has been very quiet as of late. A lot of the ball going for Antropova and shooting, so serve again to position one. Every time that Boskovic is on the front, Boskovic with an outrageous touch. Eczacibasi are really cooking here, and in the block as well. They try and force the middle, and the Serbian gets one over the Brazilian. They haven't managed to get the middle in much. Antropova on the back. It was a good time to use it, but Stevanovic was there. I think Scandicci's 9 blocks, 8 of which were in the opening set, which they won to 14. Parakiali. Maja Ognjenovic, smart play. And Boskovic saw it, but to get, sorry, it wasn't Boskovic, Shahin. Boskovic on the front court at position 2. Block number 10. And Carol gets her own back on Eczacibasi, and Scandicci are all square. Loving every moment of this one. Shahin put on the floor, so again, it's another good thing if the middles are watching that they can release to the outsides on. Carol has to go from right to left, and shooting is there again. Andropova with the tip this time, and that's the problem when you're sitting deep in out-of-system situations like Ferhat Akbas asked earlier. The tip comes and nobody's home. Smart work, problem solving from Andropova. Boskovic goes with a tip of her own. Passes back into a good zone, fast arm. I think you've got to keep Herbots in the game. At every possible time, Parakiali, money-making machine with the platform. But there's just a sliver of line, and the set's wide enough. The feet are quick enough from Herbots. So is the arm to put that away. Scandicci by one. Eczacibasi out of system. Andropova, what a recovery that is. Never say die attitude of Scandicci is back again. Jack Kissel has been dug. Andropova now to finish the point. Boskovic. What a dig from Boskovic. Andropova smuggling one through. Something has to give here. We haven't seen a rally like this since the first. Andropova, second time. Slapping it high. There's a net touch against Jack Kissel. And no wonder the young fans are on their feet. Andropova chasing that one down brilliantly, and then having the composure to stay high with tired legs, you'd think, to go off the hands.
Try to pay attention, try to pay attention. So, make sure that two pushes of Andropova fall down. One cut of Herbots to line fall down. Two times we miss Herbots from right side, block out. One time we touch net, the game again block defense. We serve good, side out good. Push the limit and block defense, please. Heidi, let's go.
Turned into the cross. Hand the ball in. The one-on-one, and especially for the passing outside, you have to do so much work off the ball to create those angles back. Unless you're somebody like shooting who can come in a bit straighter and really turn it away from the body, which is a superpower in this game. Andropova has finally been stopped by Voronkova. Well, enjoying every moment of this battle. Finally, Andropova's just been paused. Hand the ball in going full throttle, but out the back. But at the same time, if you're going to take the physicality away, they're serving shooting again from that front court receiver position. They had some success with that in the previous set and early on in this one. Watch out, everybody. Carol's about. Singay with a perfect pass. excellent side-out play from Eczacibasi. If they can pass and serve Eczacibasi, they'll be fine. Because the service pressure from Scandicci is so strong. But when the pressure's on, can they maintain the same service pressure? Do they still step towards it? Shooting, passing off the net. Andropova again goes off speed, and she knows that the defense is really far back. That's what Ferhat Akbas asked of them in these situations, and that's twice that she slowed the arm down. These are huge points to be able to score from out of system, out of rhythm situations, just like we saw in the opener. Andropova. Another miss serve. You have to hope that she stays hot throughout this game, because she's certainly been a difference maker at the moment. But Scandicci with the first pass again. Just look a little bit under the pump at times here. And look who's on a service run again. Great service run in the last set, Elif Shahin. And this float serve is doing some damage. So there, Koz. Ferhat Akbas is almost on the court there. Tip cover, Andropova. Oh, it's hanging on the net forever. Transition play through the boss, who just drags one wide of the mark. Probably a little bit scrappier than Barbolini would have liked. Well, Eczacibasi looking for a net touch here. Was there. It's pretty close, but no. Well, shooting removed for the time being for the captain, Delulo. Second season coming in, second stint here in her career at Scandicci, captain of the side. And it's a really good combination from a little bit more inside for Boskovic, just changing the picture here. Not hitting as wide as we've previously seen, and just looking for that gap between the two blockers. This really is a seesaw of a game. Up and down like a yo-yo. Parakiali, perfection. Herbots is hardly missing. Again, it's a continuation play. And the aggression in transition needs to be applauded by Hande Baladin. That is not an easy swing. It's wide. Baladin has to adapt in the air and lean. Quick 2 steps to the ball. Eczacibasi 2 up, And Ferhat Akbas is doing exactly what he said he would do, and that's forcing a win away in Scandicci.
E aspettiamo con lei a muro, ok? Vai, andiamo.
Allora si mette in campo 19 Savino Del Bene, 21 Eczacibasi, c'è da spingere fino all'ultimo punto.
Well, if this game wasn't already good enough, we have the Bee Gees playing in the background, just to add a little bit more spice to it. Antropova. Baladin's a little bit unsure, has to take that second touch. Okay, free ball, where's this going? No, Akalor in the middle, to the outside with speed. Of course, it's going to Herbots, speeding the game up. Herbots is so dynamic out there. She hasn't put her foot wrong. I think she could get a lot more ball, and I think that she might do, depending on the Zhu Ting situation. No Akalor now. Has stayed in for Hayley Washington at the moment. Boskovic. And in the opening set, Boskovic didn't really get going, firing on all cylinders. But I mean, I can't remember her missing a swing. Okay, she just dragged one to the line wide. But on the whole, we've gone a long time without seeing Boskovic do anything wrong. Parakiali just skips in front of Zhu Ting, who's back in here. Herbots is trying to fire up this performance from Scandicci, which tells me they might be just a little bit flat at the moment. Considering how they started this game, they were firing on all cylinders, and I did say that it'd be mental if they could keep up that level of performance with 8 blocks, and they haven't been able to. Eczacibasi have just risen into this game slowly, but their level is always increasing. But I guess if you're Ferhat Akbas and his team, it couldn't have started much worse. 20 points already for the boss. 55% is a very good return from the Serbian opposite. Well, she's tried to hit that line ball 3 times to my memory. One time she absolutely nailed the ace, 2 other times into the net. Herbots, a little bit of pressure on her. They need a break desperately, Scandicci. That's a great serve to try and force a break. Baladin trying to maintain the advantage. That is 2 world-class swings from Handa Baladin in situations where the odds were certainly against her. Another high ball attack. Manages just to slide the ball away from Parakiali. Set point, Eczacibasi Vitra. In system, through the pipe, Herbots. Absolutely superb. Snejak does a good job being patient, takes position 6, but there's a gap at 1 if Herbots wants it. Timeout Akbas. Let's have a little listen in here.
Ande, pay attention, Carol shows 5, serves to 1, sideline. In between 5, 6, pay attention. Try to communicate. Simge, Irina, no fly. Share your position, okay? Then 2 big players on the corner, okay? Zhu Ting, pay attention, she's late at block, okay? Go aggressive as much as you can.
Interesting. Targeting Zhu Ting's block as she's a little bit late. Sees everything for her Akbas. Also fully aware that Carol shows 5 and serves position 1. I guess we'll find out. Well, have a look at those fellas having some fun. You crack on. Boys, have a great time. So where does Carol face and where does she serve? Straight to position 1, straight out of the Ferhat Akbas playbook. That incredible to hear it all unfold in front of, well, hear it unfold and see it unfold in front of us. But anyway, the first pass from Baladin is out of rhythm. Boskovic makes an error and we go to overtime again. Carol, does she show 5 and hit 1 again? She goes back to position 1. It's almost a safe bet, wiping off the hands Voronkova. Again, they're really trying to work Shahin's setting by going to 1 and keep Boskovic at bay. That's what happened last time. The error came due to the good service location. Another set point at Eczacibasi Istanbul, away from home to take a 2-1 lead. Sinead Jack Kissel through the middle. Shooting. Big moments, as we said earlier, the big players arrive on the scene. This game is quite brilliant, isn't it? First set, one-way traffic. Second set, 27-25. Now here we are again in overtime with Andropova going in all guns blazing on the passing unit of Eczacibasi. Herbots with a perfect defense. Shooting with a perfect transition kill to turn the tide here in Scandicci. High to the wing. The powerhouse, the shooting, gives Scandicci their first set point of set 3. Andropova, you have to say, clutch with the serve last time out, clutch with the serve now as well. Boskovic hitting her way out of a fiddle, hits herself wide of the mark, and it's Scandicci. Smash and grab. The third set here at home, 27-25. We might have a challenge first though. Eurovolley.tv again proving to be the most dramatic place to be on a Wednesday night. Net touch is the call. Is this a genuine challenge for her Akbas? Or is he just throwing the kitchen sink at it? No. Net touch. Set Scandicci. And there you have it. Scandicci lead last year's runners-up. 2 sets to 1. In quite the set of volleyball. You felt like it was Eczacibasi's to lose. It was Eczacibasi's to lose. They were too clear. And a couple of errors at clutch time from Boskovic when she made a couple of kills last time out, the difference. But the service from Andropova under pressure, absolutely sublime. Well, the same set score, just a role reversal. And the stats to go with it. Almost exactly the same as the previous set, just the more winning attacks coming from Scandicci. Andropova a threat And I think that Britt Herbott's really helping to lead the team through the tough moments. Fine performance from both sides, to be honest. But where Eczacibasi were there in the key moments in the second set, this time around it was Scandicci who were brave when they needed to be. 2-1 they lead. We go to the fourth. Well, don't you just love Champions League evenings on Eurovolley.tv? Last two sets couldn't have been closer, and the opening set was just a performance from another planet from Scandicci. Where do we go now, though? Join the conversation, hashtag CLVolleyW. Are we going to a fifth? Or can Scandicci hold their nerve and see this out? For either team, this would be a fantastic performance. And a fantastic result, sorry, is probably a better way of saying it. To come top of Pool B. To go straight to the quarterfinals. Yes, there's an away leg. Yes, there's 3 more games, but this is a big, big statement. Well, Voronkova keeps her place in the starting lineup, and you can understand why. Herbott's getting more sets. You can understand why. This time, Antropova goes off speed again. Sengaya Koz is there, but Boskovic, again, a little bit out of rhythm. And Antropova had to bide her time with that one. The tip over the top was dug, but again, second time, when that ball's a little bit more in front of her. She can really speed up nicely. Stevanovic has had a quiet half an hour or so. Carol serving once again. Will she show 5 and hit 1, or will she go after another error? She shows 5 and she goes to 1. They're certainly aware of that. Voronkova, is that in? Yes, is the answer. And a ballad in. Absolutely crushing that ball to the sideline. It's going to be a real interesting Champions League with the CEV Bank Istanbul, 2-time defending champions. And they're in Pool A with Milano. Paola Ogonu playing against her former side. Morehouse and Pazova debut in the Champions League for Pazova. Getting to is crafty. In Pool B, we obviously have this situation here. Pool C, Fenerbahce made the semi-finals last year. 3 of the last 4, obviously, Turkish teams are in that semi-final. Oh, good blocking. Novakalor's kept her place in the starting 6 here, and Scandicci have come out fast. Miro and Janovic are always good for a couple of blocks from the setting position. Well, in Pool C, Fenerbahce have won the Champions League in 2011 and 2012. They have Budolani, Potsdam and Kamnik, and then Amoko, who have been eliminated in the quarterfinals last year. That was their worst result in the competition since reaching the playoffs in 2014. We're in Pool D. And then Pool E, maybe not quite the pool of depth that this one is. Valero Lacanay, Blage, who have recently made a Champions League final. And the only non-Turkish, non-Italian team to make the final in the last 8 years. But one would say that would be the kindest group out of the lot of them, and this one potentially being the toughest alongside Istanbul, Milano. All these teams would love to go through top of the pool and avoid the playoff round, because that is going to be a gnarly place. Antipova goes back with the tip. Very well seen from Shahin. Boskovic turns a disadvantaged situation into a point in transition. That's all because of Shahin. And luckily they have the outlet that's Tijana Boskovic. Remember, you can join the conversation. Whether you think this is going to 5 or Scandicci, have they got this in clutch moments to see it through? Great touch from Zhu Ting into the net though. And after what just has been an incredibly quick start for Scandicci, they've squandered their small lead and find themselves behind already. And the Baladin. Parakiali passes the wrong side of the 3-meter line, has to go to Herbots. Herbots slammed back into her face. Good blocking. Jack Kissel getting across, sealing the block. And Herbots has hardly been stopped. Eczacibasi have had chances, but they've been blocked already. Shahin really playing well, serving, setting well. Been a good change for Naz in that second set.
Ok? Non chiudiamo un colpo in attacco, ok? Vai, via.
Comunque, qua c'è un portafoglio. Marrone è di Jessica. Situazione 4, Savino Del Bene, 7, Eczacibasi.
Paladins on a heater. 10 points this evening. Pass again the wrong side of the 3-meter line from Herbots. She just unleashes Novakalor with the free ball. It's going to go to Antipova. Does not miss. Wowza. Great width on that set from Ognjenovic to get across the right shoulder. of Antropova. Really is a phenomenal setter, isn't she? Had a fantastic career. Maya Ognjenovic. .38 now, and still performing at a ridiculously high level. Well, just when you think this has the makings of a fifth, that crossbody coming in straight and hitting back across the body, misses out for the first time from Kiseljak. Nowakalo. That's a good serve, hitting the seam, and they're out of sorts here. This to go all tied Antropova is hot, and this time she gets a block out. Scoring multiple different ways here. Staying high, tipping away. This time maybe gets a little bit lucky off front cover. Really good line in the block, staying really tight, giving that line away. Here we go. We now have a challenge here. Looking for the ball in, ball out, and all of these things. Oh my word! Out, but I mean by the narrowest of margins. Well, we reload Scandicci. With Nowakalo. 3 in the pass. Baladin, Voronkova, Simgeokos. Scandicci now leading. This is just a roller coaster ride, ladies and gentlemen. Nowakalo stepping in to set this one high and wide to Antropova, who is just remarkable in her consistency. Nowakalo does a fine job of stepping in and setting the ball when needed. Great hands by the middle. And this is just turned on its head.
Okay, first of all, we need to play in system. You can change the goal of Jack. She can play a B. Okay, shorter distance. You need to approach as quick as possible. Cross will be free. Okay, Irina, you can go 1-6-2, 1-6. Okay, Maya over. Right, let's go.
I think the main thing I took out of that is they need to play in system. The pass needs to come in. The defense needs to come in so they can run their offense. Get the ball in front of the hitters at the very least. So calm, Ognjenovic. Seriously. Nowakalo serving towards position 1. That crossbody shooting has absolutely dug Jack Kissel every single time at 6 this evening. And look who's there again. Antropova, this time inside, leans to access the line. This is one-way stuff at the moment. And you think Eczacibasi had a fine run of their own in this set, pulled away by 3. And this is now a downward spiral. Carroll on the front court, Nwakalor again. Really come on and done a good job. Now they're insisting. And look how simple it is for Boskovic. Not on the 10 attack here, through the middle. And this certainly opens up the ball that she'll like to hit back to 5, which is the one that's being blocked by Carroll. And they're leaving a couple of gaps in that off-body area that is absolutely taken by Boskovic. Tight pass. This game is far from over. Ognjenovic is there, good reactions. Carroll has to play over and then get in and block as quickly as possible. But at the same time, anything that's a free ball at this level will be punished. Stevanovic does a good job of being strong in the joust. Off the net from Herberts. Second opportunity coming from the outside. Big, high, chew off the hands. The pass wasn't perfect from Herberts, but sometimes it doesn't matter if you make great aggressive decisions like this. High and heavy off the inside hand of Stevanovic. To say, I do enjoy watching Herberts play, the energy that she gives to the team. Always feeding the team with quality, but also energy as well. Antropova, I've said it before, I'll say it again, does not miss. Ognjenovic does her very best to sell that she's going to the outside there before flipping it back, trying to create some space for Antropova, and certainly did just about enough. Good setting from Ognjenovic. And look who's there again. And all of that good work, Eczacibasi were in the driver's seat in set 3. They had 2 set points at 24-22. Scandicci made their way back into it. Robbed that set. And now they're cruising in this one. 4-time Champions League winner Naz is back in. They need the experience. Her first job is to try and lift an out-of-system ball. And that is incredibly disappointing. Out-of-system play, Voronkova trying to hit hands, I think, there, and missing out on the party. Five-point game. Again, the pass is off the net. There's nothing. It doesn't matter who's setting at the moment. If the pass is in that situation, Eczacibasi get lucky. And I think if you're Barbolini, you're going to be very disappointed. The set was too tight, so Boskovic as a backcourt player couldn't take off from behind the line. So good decision-making from Boskovic. Even though they're 4 points up, concentration is going to be really key here for Scandicci as the horn goes on the opposition serve. That old chestnut. Oh, Furhat. Good defense, my friend. Zimgerkos into a good zone. Tight this time for Boskovic, but she does well to go off the hands. Not many other options there when the set is tight. But it is a smart play. And this time, that set again is one that's inside, and Barbellini wants to review that. What he doesn't want to do, especially, is give an opening to the opposition, but we've seen a few decisions overturned, haven't we? There's still some twists and turns here, I'm sure of it. Scandicci still have to prove that they can close out this game. No net touch.
Point number 12, 15-12, Savino Del Bene.
Scandicci passing well. To the outside, 2 up, the cover is there. It's good cover from Eczacibasi. They're starting to find a little bit here, I tell you. They're putting bodies on the floor, they're battling really hard here. And well, Ognjenovic makes another dig on Boskovic on that angle. And that's too sharp from Boskovic. And this is exactly what I mean here. They went quiet for a few points, Eczacibasi, but class is permanent. Obviously having taken Alexa Gray off after the first set, where struggled with the offense and the pass. Misserves won't do anyone any help, but at the same time, they have to go for it. Serves to the line again. Every time Boskovic is on the front court, they try and really squeeze and compact the play on the right side to stop the ball getting to her. They can't stop the ball getting to her now, and Boskovic scores. She can track the ball far easier when that ball's set on a longer line towards her. And here we go again. Look at that recovery. Some of Scandicci's defense, unreal. Well, Boskovic, I think it's gone out the back. The line just said it was out, but I think that's what they were worried about. Shooting again. Off-speed play off the top of the block. Now from Boskovic. Now there's a net touch against Scandicci. It's another break. This is quite the enjoyable game here. Timeout. Eczacibasi struggling for form moments ago.
Ok? Ragazzi, quello la palla adesso è qui, Con Ande una dobbiamo difenderla, se entriamo dentro la prendiamo. La palla è corta, saltiamo di fronte, mano sinistra e la prendiamo. Ok? Con la polacca uguale, stiamo fermi lì sulla linea, rincorsa alto e la muriamo. Dai raga, qua, c'è da fare,
Well, I don't know what was said there, but I also know I would never argue with Mr. Barbellini. I don't think that they've really stepped back in their performance. It's Eczacibasi stepped back moments ago, now they've stepped up again and their level's high. Let's see where this pass goes from Parakiali. It's in rhythm, and neither team have really used the middle much. I can't remember Noakalo spiking a ball in this set. The outside miss from Zhu Ting, and again, might be her birthday, but it doesn't mean every ball's going to go in for her. That's 2 mistakes in a row with the net touch for Zhu Ting. Antropova isn't missing, but she also isn't scoring that time. It's a fantastic set. Ognjenovic, ball's drifting back in towards 3, and she just knows that she has to get this ball to Antropova. She's scoring freely right now. Antropova's serve could be the game changer here. We saw it in the previous set. 2 big serves at clutch times. Brilliant side out from Eczacibasi. They will be more than happy to stop the serve of Antropova. And the Baladin on point again. Erkic coming into serve. Herbots passing perfectly. Now the middle's in. It's taken a while. Noakalor on a sliding ball, beating the block for speed. And it's a good time to use the middle. I wouldn't be surprised if Ognjenovic goes back there again. Boskovic back in on the back court. Zhu Ting. Again, serving away from Boskovic. And Boskovic in so much rhythm in that situation. Nice width on the set. Hold on tight. Both teams have had leads in this set. Now there's absolutely nothing between them. Another missed serve. You say Eczacibasi have missed a few. Passes out of rhythm. Boskovic from a tough situation. What a dig from Antropova. Can you, Antropova? No! 3 in the block from Eczacibasi. Bosch. That's a huge play in the context of this game. 3 blockers getting across, taking away all the angles. No way through. Besharici with a great block. Puts off the hands. This is tight. By Ognjenovic. Serve onto the front court, receiver keeping Boskovic at bay, maybe. They do keep Boskovic at bay. Antropova somehow just gets a one-handed stab underneath the ball. Oh my word, the defense is off the antenna. Well done from Eczacibasi. With an awful lot of their bench on now. Martina Trajinska, who signed from Chemik, the old team of Ferhat Akbas. Was there for a while. Akbas also the former assistant coach of Japan in 2018 World Championships. Out of rhythm play, Antropova stopped again. This is a big, big point in the context of this game. Boskovic, she stopped, the cover is good. Boskovic wraps one on two. Eczacibasi with a couple of humongous points in a row to retake the lead. But who knows in this game anymore. Akbas loves it. Through the middle. And no surprise that the middle scores when used, because they've been used few and far between. Parakiali's finding the pass. 21-all. Britt Herberts has a great jump serve, and this could be a game-changing, match-winning service run from her. Antropova, who's hardly made an error all evening long, has just sent one sailing. Set was good and wide enough. She wanted to touch there, but there was no touch. Trelianska. Shooting. Sides out. And you've got to feel for Scandicci, their time is now. The crowd in here having a great time. Another big moment. Again, showing 5, hitting 1 maybe. That's exactly it, but it's an ace! And just like the opening set, Carol's serving could be the difference in this Champions League tie. Akbas said it in an earlier timeout. She shows 5, she serves 1.
Just this reflex is okay. You just keep the ball on your left side. Simge, maksimum sıkıştır. Hande 5-6 arası sende. Tamam mı? Eğer çok sıkışırsa oyun 9'a koşabilir. Tamam mı? Haydi bakalım.
Two points away. Carol serving. Whose serving has been a real difference. She's won so many blocking awards in her career, but tonight her serving has been a big difference between the teams so far. Boskovic just creams the ball into the sharp angle sideline. Big players coming to the forefront again. Let's go, everyone. Wakalor obviously replaced Washington. Done a good job here. Will Ganjanovic go there in these moments? Or will she trust the opposites? This has no choice. It has to go to Antropova. Boskovic is taken out of the attack. No, she's not. But she is blocked out because the pressure was on her approach from having to dig the tipped ball. And Scandicci now have somehow turned an out-of-system play into a point because of good work from Antropova. These last 3 sets have been ridiculous. Well, Boskovic blocked there just because of the tip work from... well, we have another quick look at this one first, shall we? No net touch, to my eyes. Antipova, whose tip it was, that put Boskovic under that amount of pressure in the approach, and then the blockers knew it was going that way anyway. Smart moves from Ferhat Akbas just to slow the game down. Antipova's had a break, but Scandicci have match point with Antipova, who's been superb. An ace from Antipova. Scandicci have done it. They've beaten last year's Champions League runners-up Eczacibasi Istanbul by 3-1. And Kate Antipova's ace seals it. The service pressure was certainly there all evening from Karol and Antipova, but it was Antipova in sets 3 and 4 whose serve really turned the screw on the Turkish team. My word, what a game. Couldn't be any closer in sets 2, 3 and 4. Scandicci have played a great game. The opening set performance was as good as I've seen, 25-14 with 8 blocks. Antipova absolutely superb, 60 winning attacks overall, but it was a team effort this evening, 12 blocks to 8 of them in the opening set, 9 aces. I think that's more important this evening than the blocks over the 4 sets. Karol and Antipova absolutely sensational, as it looks as if Parakiali has taken the MVP award. Well, there you go, a little bit of libero love. Barbolini will be delighted. The former coach of Eczacibasi, he's done his former side. Cheating on her 29th birthday, a good performance from her. But tonight was all about Antipova and the serving of Karol. Britt Herbots, a real big player in there this evening, consistent throughout. Hayley Washington only played for about half of the game. Was replaced by Linda Noakalor, doing a good job in the middle. Antipova with a brilliant evening in the office here. Again, staking a claim to be Italy's #1 opposite player. And Italy are certainly spoiled for choice in that position. For Ferhat Akbas and his team, well, we knew they were going to come and fight, but tonight was not their night. It was all about Barbolini doing a number over his previous side. Smiles all round, and now they can embrace the fans. Well, as it stands, they've taken maximum points here this evening. That's a big thing, as we hear from
well-deserved MVP for tonight's game. What's your feeling right now at the end of the really tough game?
I don't know. I am really incredible because it was an incredible game. It was a fight. I'm so happy for the team, and now we enjoy this moment, but we have to think about the future. So now, a good job for us.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, a game to remember. We knew it was a clash of the Titans. Scandicci have served, blocked and played outstanding this evening. Eczacibasi's level up and down through periods of time. The middles really didn't get much of a workout offensively on either side, but the strength all over the court for Scandicci sealed it for them. And that means that they're top of the tree with 9 points. Eczacibasi still in second, and it's very likely that both teams will get out of the pool. But the top team going through to the quarterfinals, and that's why Scandicci celebrate so much at the end of that game, is because they know that that's a big, big step in the right direction for them. For Eczacibasi, they have to win at home, and then it will go down to points difference. 2 sets in Istanbul for Scandicci will see them through. Well, a fabulous evening of Champions League volleyball has come to an end. Scandicci have beaten Eczacibasi Vitra at home in the Maja Ognjenovic derby. She's beaten her former side and some of her best friends by 3 sets to 1. Well, a fabulous game has come to an end. Kate Antropova, the game maker. Wasn't Boscovic's night. It wasn't Eczacibasi's night either. Can't wait for the rematch of this one. So many big players, so many stories, but tonight was all about Scandicci and their all-stars winning at home 3 sets to 1.